Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Now we come to the lesson number 14, Bhavam. What is Bhavam? Bhavam means emotions, which actually is the outcome. What is the outcome of it? Mood. We say, no, I am in angry mood, I am in a very joyful mood, I am very sad mood, all that, that's all is the outcome of, that is all basically coming from the bhavam. So, bhavam or emotions are the important component of music. Some music sounds very sad, some very happy, party music very joyful, like that. So, it is all uplifting. So, the swaras of certain ragas, they combine to form the bhavam or emotions. So, much work has been done in Indian music to classify ragas according to different emotions. Folk music is the foremost in portrayal of all emotions. Many ragams on which folk music are based meant to unleash our emotions and facilitate a requisite and appropriate response. Folk music is mother of, it's like emotion fully. From birth to death, they have songs for every occasion. So that is what we say, emotions are like filled like anything in folk music. We find music suitable for every event or incident in human life. From the first evidence of evolution of life in the womb to its exit, that is to first breath to last breath. The rich tradition of Rajasthani folk music has captured the imagination of people all over the world. From children's jingles, Ghumar celebration, emotions at wedding, and to sober ritual of sending away the bride from her father's house. The music is as rich and colorful as the clothes. Rajasthani clothes, dresses you have seen, full of colors, so bright, so beautiful. Like that only even their folk song is so much rich in color and emotions. So even their decorations, their food at the event. From lullabies to soothe a wailing infant, to a lamentation to mourn a departed soul. So that's why they have song, I said, for babies, to from the time it's born to somebody's death happens. So they have even a group called Rudali. Rudalis are tribes and they are professional mourners. Means they are invited to sing for a funeral. So somebody is dead, they will send a message to these Rudali tribes who will come prepared, and they will start beating their chest and they will start certain folk tunes which actually make even the listeners cry. That is the beauty of their ragas, the folk ragas. And we have come across many our India is full of so many color and various states, everywhere full of culture, dance, music, so many varieties. Nowhere in the world we find so many varieties. So, like for celebrations like Baisakhi in Punjab, they enjoy, it's beautiful, lot of color. Shankranti in South India, temple festivals, Kuravanji tribal rituals. sowing, harvest, dehusking grain. Many collective activities are ritualistic and characterized by the adrenal pumping music. So, even when they are sowing, you might have seen in a farm where you got farms, when you go there, you can see our even farmers, when they are taking the seeds, they sing songs. They go and keep it at the, they have a Grama Devata and they keep it there and they sing song so that the Grama Devata blesses the seeds, and also the vibration of the song will activate the seeds, and especially when they are actually sowing it in the soil, they sing, and that maybe is also giving life to the seed vibration. That's why they start sprouting after few days. So there is meaning in everything. Riverbank settlements have their own unique compositions for worship, to extolling the virtues and for expressing gratitude to the life-giving water. You might have heard, many when they are even the boat, when they sing, Ailasa, Ailasa, Ailasa. All these are, connected to their life. When they sing, immediately when we hear Ailasa, Ailasa, we know that it is something to connected with the boat. They got their own type of music. Worship of elements. Elements means tattvas. Seasons, celebration of change, coming of age, and relationships all have characteristic compositions dedicated to them. There are ragams classified by the time of the day: morning ragam, mid-morning ragam, afternoon ragam, evening ragam, night ragam, midnight ragams. Though these traditions are still followed in temple rituals, where only certain ragams are played to start the day, in concerts of Carnatic music, modern tradition have moved away from such connotations. Today, in concerts, we hear almost different and varied kind of music, which were traditionally not associated with that time of the day. Like, Bauli. Bauli is supposed to be morning raga. Sriman-Narayana is supposed to be the morning raga. But many, we have seen in kacheris or in concerts, they sing this composition evening time when the kacheri is happening in the evening. So now we are not able to follow strictly those practices. Earlier days that was, practice was done, but at present it's not possible. Early morning we will have concerts. So concerts normally it is set in the evening. Kacheris are practiced only in the evening. So people sing morning ragas. So can't help it. Afternoon ragas. So it happens. With the advent of, it has become even less relevant for people to use music in a scientific manner as was envisaged by the ancient greats. Rather, it has become a matter of listening for pleasure, just like popular music is. So, what exactly, when the music started after Vedic period, the purpose was music was mainly healing. Unfortunately, as centuries passed, then it became temple music. People started singing in temples where people used to go and sit and, there was a calmness, peace. They could listen to the songs and they used to feel very nice. A kind of healing used to happen. But at present modern days, more it has become as a entertainment, more for entertainment. So kacheris and even music has become as a popular of movie songs and everywhere. I mean, it has become a very popular media of entertainment, that's all. So, in the therapeutic context, it is still important to use the ragam based on its ability to evoke and address certain emotions. There is a lot of anecdote evidence as well as some historical evidence for music that was used to evoke certain feelings or even to influence the nature. Ragams are classified by their function and certain powers. For example, Neelambari. Neelambari is used for mainly for lullabies. But I say that, we cannot generalize it. Neelambari has got many other usages also. And Bauli is used to awaken. Amritavarshini is used to bring rain. Legend says that famed musician of Emperor Akbar's court, Sangeeta Samrat Tansen, used rag Deepagalika, Deepak, to create heat and fire. The association of emotions to music dates back in Bharata, who is in his Natya Shastra described 8 primary emotions. Later on, a 9th one, Shantarasa, was added, making it Navarasas or 9 emotions. There were ragams that were associated to these rasas. 9 rasas are, first one is Shringara. Normally we call this as the king of emotions. So Shringara, love, beauty. Veera for heroism. Karuna for pathos or sorrow. Hasya for laughter. Raudra, anger. Bhayanaka, fearsome, terror. Bibhatsa, disgust. Adbhuta, wonder. Shantarasa, peace, serenity. So, swaras and their rasa associations. Now, let me talk about it. Shadaj, Shadjam is associated with Adbhutam or Veerarasa. That is wonder, awe, courage. Rishabha Swara is associated with Raudram, fury. Gandhara Swara associated with Shanta. Madhyama Swara is associated with Hasya. Panchama Swara is associated with Shringara. Daivata Swara is associated with Bibhatsa, disgust. Nishada Swara is associated with Karuna. So, Shringara Rasa, Shringara is considered to be the Rasaraja or the king of emotions. Shringara Rasa encompasses many nuances such as mock anger, a demure shyness, a mature love, anticipatory excitement on meeting a lover, love in pursuit, love in absence, and so on. Khamas and Behag are some ragams that are used to express love. The musical forms of padams, javali, which are meant for dances to show different aspects of love, are often composed in these ragas. Even the notes in these ragams have soft, gentle handling. Kamboji can be used for explicit love. An example of this is the Champatala Varnam in Kamboji Ragam. Edit here. Veerarasa refers to the emotions of courage, valor, heroism, enthusiasm, rousing patriotism is also covered in this emotion. There is a level of majesty implied. Natai, Shankaravarnam are examples of ragams that convey Veerarasa. Please note that ragams such as Natai, when employ Shatshruti Rishabham, are good for denoting Veerarasa. Whereas ragams which employ sadharana gandharam, a very near frequency, are more suited for the karuna rasa. The reason for this is the treatment of the swara, the interval to the previous and the next swara. Karuna rasam. Karuna rasa may be of two kinds. It encompasses the compassion shown by the benefactor on the troubled as well as the sorrow of the devotee, making their requests, prayers to the God. The quality of yearning, grief or despair are all included in Karuna Rasa. Sahana, Shanmugapriya, Punnagavarali and Bhairavi are some examples of ragas that are good for expressing Karuna Rasa. The lower varieties of swaras such as Sadharana Gandharam and Kaisiga Nishadam, that is Komal Gandhar and Komal Nishad of Hindustani music, are appropriate for expressing this emotion. Hasya Rasa. This is an emotion of joy, mrit, humor, playfulness, joviality, parihasam, teasing. Kathakali dance form has a interlude or by Vidushaka, or we call it as joker. No dance repertory is complete without detailing the mischief or naughtiness of a young Krishna, evoking feelings of amusement, laughter in audience. Sensuality used for folksy way can evoke this emotion. For example, Vishamakara Kannan, the popular folk song that is part of many dance repertories. Kuntalavarali is also apt for hasyam. Sara Sara Samarai is a bouncy, peppy, joyous. Raudra Rasam, while fury and anger are the primary emotions associated with this rasa, hatred, jealousy are the uparasas or secondary emotions. Malice, derision are also part of this. Chalanatai, atana may be used to show this emotion. Bhayanakarasa, fear, can be because of frustration, anguish, agony, helplessness. Viraha and karuna. Viraha means separation. Karuna, a feeling that nobody understands me, like that. So ragas like Revati, Todi, Shubhapantu Varali, Vachaspati, Gauli Pantu are good for this. Shubhapantu Varali is specially useful for cardiac patients who has fear of death. Not only cardiac patients, even very senior elderly people who are left alone, for them fear of death is very common. I have worked with such people in homes, where retirement homes and all. Bibhatsa Rasa. Bibhatsa is associated with disgust, disappointment, dejection, apathy and being disparaging because these grapes are too sour. Varali, Purvi Kalyani, Nadanama Kriya, Punnaga Varali, Bhairavi are the ragams that can be used for this rasa. Adbhuta Rasa. Rasa is associated with wonder, amazement, surprise. Ashcharya Bhavam, giving joyful, happy surprise. Ragam Bauli is suitable here. Don't you think that when you early morning, when everything is, before that everything is dark and there is no light and all, suddenly sun rises, beautiful. Isn't it a very happy surprise? That's what. It's like Bauli is a suitable ragam for that. When joy is predominant, Mohanam, Bilahari, Karara Priya, Shuddha Saveri may also be suitable. Shantam is associated with peace, contentment, stillness, being serene and in a meditative mood, in a state of bliss. It can also be an emotionless state. Ragams like Sama, Saveri, Madhyamavati. Madhyamavati has a tranquilizing effect. And even Yadukula Kamboji. These are some of the ragas that are suitable for this rasa. Some ragams can give multiple rasas based on which important note or the Vardi Swara is used. Bhairavi, Kalyani, Karahara Priya, Shankarabharanam, Kamboji are all ragams that can evoke different emotions. An example of this is like I am giving you an example of ragam Kalyani, of which the following songs can evoke different emotions, like Nidhi Chala Sukhama. Nidhi Chala Sukhama Ramuni Sannidhi Seva Sukhama. So he said Ramuni Sannidhi is Sukhama or this Nidhi is Sukhama. He got the, disgusted. So this is one way of showing the emotion, Bibhatsa. Same Kalyani in Bhadrachala Ramadasa's Anjaneya Paramananda Murte Aganita Guna Kirte Veeram. Anjaneya means Veeram. So this ragam is used for Veeram. Again for Santosham. Amma Ravamma Amma Ravamma Tulasamma. So here that is giving a Santosham, happiness. So you can see that one raga can produce different kind of bhava, emotion. So we cannot attribute that one ragam specifically for one emotion, multiple emotion. So that is what we say, we have to select the ragas according to the need of even the lyrics. We have to, like Nidhi Chala Sukhama, Ramuni Sannidhi Chala Sukhama. So there he used the feeling of Bibhatsa. Saint Tyagaraja Swamigal used Kalyani ragam. So different, not that it is suitable only for Bibhatsa. It can be used for various, same Kalyani ragam he has used for many other emotions also. Okay, now Uparasas or secondary emotions. Vatsalyam is the love of parent for child. So the parent mamata, what we call the Vatsalyam, mamata, when the lullaby is sung to Lori to make the baby sleep or feel comfort. Neelambari, Kurinji are suitable for this emotion also. Bhairavi, Dhanyasi may also be sung for this. Bhakti or devotion is the another upar rasa. All major ragams can evoke bhakti rasa. We know that all of our songs, our compositions, everything is based on bhakti. Examples are Gauri Manohari, Shanmuga Priya, Abheri, Karahara Priya. Next is Ghanarasa. This refers to just aesthetic and pleasing, good for the pleasure of performance. It is both easy to sing and to enjoy. Purna Chandrika, Kadana Gurukulam, Janaranjani and Nalina Kanti are the best examples. It is interesting to note that Purna Chandrika and Janaranjani both derived from Shankarabharanam are almost like twin ragas.
Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.